Tenille, hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you doing?
I am well, thanks. Thanks for taking the time to chat today. I
Oh
appreciate
man, you too, and congrats on the release of your brand new summer anthem.
it. Thank you. Thanks for saying that and being excited with me, you guys. It feels really good to share this song. Like I love the heart and the spirit of the summer vibe of this, and I'm so ready for summer. So this feels really good.
No doubt. Well, and I read that you kind of said that. So "Sunshine's Free." That's the name of the song. You said that it was like a mission statement to yourself, kind of a reminder to slow down and enjoy life. So I'm just wondering, was there like a specific moment that sort of prompted that school of thought?
It was kind of a winding journey of a couple years for me. I got a little lost and disoriented and kind of going, what do I want to do next as an artist? What am I going to say? And like, even just personally, like what's important to me as a human? Like where am I at? And it just kind of like I was in this frail state and I don't know, I think my mental health was suffering in a lot of different ways and I just kind of had to take a second and take my foot off the gas, which was really scary to do. And so in that process was kind of where I wrote this song, and I was just like, I really feel like I want to channel something that's about just taking in the joy that I know is already there. I feel like it just passes us by, and I think it's so important to actually soak it in. And so that's what I'm trying. I think I wrote this because I know it's something I need to practice. And so therefore, every time I get to play the song or talk about it, it's like it brings it to the front of my heart again, which is a good place for that to be.
Well, and the song is about joyful things. So do you find that when you sing it, it like imbues your heart with more joy?
It does, and I'm so excited. We have a handful of summer festivals, and I get to have my band back for a few of these shows, and like I'm just so ready to get up there and feel the joy of it, of playing this live.
Yes.
This will be our first summer getting to tour with this song, so I can't wait.
Well, and talk about like an energy shift from, well, your album, which is only just a few months old at this point, but a bit of a momentum shift. Is it really tough to follow an entire body of work like that with a single?
It didn't feel tough this time, I think, because I'm kind of entering into this freedom era of the loneliness and like
Yeah.
recording the Acrobat was very healing and like it's a very acoustic, stripped back record that I was basically live recordings of me sitting in my music room next to my dog Sam singing through these songs that I loved and like I felt like I needed to make that to just sort of like get back to a return to self. And so produced and mixed that record and shared it. And it was so encouraging feeling people supporting this new chapter and this independent artist journey. And from that, it just felt like kind of the springboard of being able to go, I have the freedom to really share whatever I want to share now. And so it feels really good to be putting out a summer song. And this is sonically very different from where I just was. But that's what's really cool about being able to make music in this time is it's just like okay what am I feeling inspired or called to now, let me just do more of that. And so
Well,
i
and
i look
so
forward to
nice
sharing that.
that like as an artist, you're kind of taking more of a front seat with like the producing and the mixing. So yeah, you can make more of those decisions yourself because it is yours.
That's right, there's kind of like a I don't know, like a creative autonomy that comes from that and it's betting on yourself. It's scary, there's a level of that for sure, but it feels really empowering to be like, yeah, this is what I feel called to next.
Well, and I just knew that Keith Urban spent decades telling himself, one of these days I will get to play guitar on a Tenille Town single.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate that vibe. Oh my gosh, it was such a dream to have him. Like literally as we were working on the guitars for this song, there is such a theme of joy. And when I think about joy in country music, he is the person I think of. Like he's just this ambassador of it. It's just like you can't help but feel it in his live performance. It's like you hear him smiling when you hear him playing and singing.
Yes.
It's just part of his identity in music, which I love. So I've always been inspired by that, and I was like, what if I just took the pipe dream shot and like asked if he'd play some guitar on here? And he totally was so kind and was like, I'd love to, and sent some tracks over, and it was such a cool full circle to get to have him be a part of the song. And yeah, I still can't believe that happened.
Well, it's kind of inspiring to hear that because really at the end of the day, all you got to do is ask.
What's the worst that could happen, you know?
Right.
So yeah, and it certainly doesn't happen if you don't ask. So I try to I don't know, remind myself I should do that more often because sometimes it works out and Keith Urban plays on your song, you know? You should do that
Yes.
more.
Well, you've spent like quite a few years touring with some pretty big names. Like you're stepping into this chapter on very much your own terms. So when you look at where you're at right now, you compare that to when you were starting out. What have you discovered, like mostly about yourself, and what do you think people would find the biggest differences would be if they compared you now versus you when you first put your first ever single out?
Yeah, good question. I mean, I just think I've learned a lot. Like, I think I've sort of lived a lot of life from then to now and soaked in a lot of wisdom, especially from these artists that I've gotten to tour with. It's like every show I would go to front of house and just try to be a sponge and like soak up whatever everybody has such a unique style of their touring and like their way of entertaining people. And I just took all my favorite things and, tried to like implement what I really think is important when you bring a community of people together. And so I've just really had a lot of fun doing that through the years. And I think the perspective in my songs is has been a winding journey. It's like I went from being pretty third party, like I used to write songs almost as a storyteller observer because that felt I think safer for me. And then all of a sudden it was like, no, I have to like dig in my own heart and share some of my own stuff more. So I think it's gotten a little more vulnerable through the years, and I think I'm kind of finding more of a balance of that storyteller versus confessional writer right now. That's at least where I am at the moment.
Well, and we're here on this journey with you. I find that you have one of the most unique voices out there, and I soak up everything you do like a sponge. And you're going to have a lot of chances to test this one out on the road because, I mean, between touring Canada, you're going back and forth between here in Nashville, you're going over to the UK. Like you've got a stacked 2026 so far.
I'm so excited. I love getting to be out on the road. It's my favorite place to be. So I can't wait for some more Canadian dates. Always good to go back to the UK. And we've been doing, we got a handful of summer festivals. And then after that, we're back to these like really storyteller kind of acoustic shows. It's called the Living Room Tour. And I'm literally bringing pieces from my living room on the tour. And it feels like setting up a safe place for everybody to just show up and be who they are. And I love that about live music. So I can't wait to spend a lot of the rest of the year out there.
It's all about creating a moment with people, right?
That's right.
Yeah, well, can't wait to catch you on the road. You're going to be doing a few stops in Saskatchewan, I saw. And best of luck with Sunshine's Free. Really excited to see what everyone thinks.
Ah, thank you. Well, thanks for putting it on there. And thanks to everybody listening out there. I'm sending a whole lot of love and can't wait to get back your way soon.
Yes, Tenille, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. Have a good rest of your day.